The biggest show on the planet gets underway today. The World Cup football is finally here after a lot of controversies, after a pandemic that's affected the world in so many different ways. It's finally down to the action today as Qatar take on Ecuador today in Qatar. What an incredible World Cup environment this is. They're not short of controversies in any possible manner, but at the end of the day, what matters most is the fact that who will perform on the pitch, and it's going to be a very interesting World Cup as far as I'm concerned. At the World Cup, there are traditionally two continents that basically won all the World Cups, which is Europe and South America. And I feel the South Americans here have a slight bit of advantage because the heat, despite this being Asian winters, is going to be very, very tough on the Europeans in terms of recovery, in terms of their effort to recoup after the games. Remember, at the World Cup, games come thick and fast. Your entire round of qualifying round gets over almost in between 8 to 9 days. So a recovery becomes very important. The critical match, which is usually the third match, by that time you will have players who will have to be rested, who your squad strength gets tested. And of course, while teams like France, Germany, England, Spain have such a strong bench strength, yet when you talk about those 11, 12, 15 players, those are the most critical components in a World Cup. And I have a slight feeling that this might suit the South Americans more than the Europeans. There are 4 or 5 teams that I feel should be the teams to watch out for, those dark horses in this World Cup, and one of them is Morocco. I feel it's the World Cup where that team will showcase themselves. I don't know how far they will get into in this World Cup, but I have a feeling they will showcase themselves really well. One of the Central American teams, whether it's Costa Rica, Costa Rica has been regularly to the World Cup, performed admirably well. The standards at the World Cup are really high. One must not always look at it and think that this is a place where you haven't won the World Cup. To perform at the World Cup, you need a lot of World Cup experience, and I feel Costa Rica could be that team to perform well. Out of the Asian teams, maybe Japan or South Korea, but I don't feel this is a World Cup for the Asian teams really. But maybe an upset or two. I do feel a couple of European teams might underperform. Last World Cup's finalist Croatia, I have a feeling might not be able to rediscover that form that took them well into the finals last time around. So a couple of underperformers, but Morocco is the team from my side to watch out. They were brilliant even in the last World Cup. I think Iran could cause an upset or two, or results that will take away a bit of points from some of the other teams. Portugal might be an underperformer as well, might not be able to get their campaign up and going. They have a lot of talent, but it's just seems like the World Cup and the opponents that they're getting, that might be able to cause some upset. Uruguay, one of the traditional powerhouses of South America, have a good team, have a experienced team, might cause some problems for the likes of Portugal in the group. Maybe Senegal or Cameroon. Senegal missing Sadio Mane, but still have a lot of players with very strong playing experiences at the highest level. Quite possibly they do well. As far as I'm concerned, I think both Brazil and Argentina are the favorites as far as this World Cup is concerned, but remains to be seen how they perform at the World Cup. It's unfortunately at the World Cup, it's always about World Cup experience, and these are the teams that have traditionally done so well at the World Cup. I'm really excited about the World Cup, and especially about the group stages, to watch teams like Mexico play. Such incredibly passionate fans at the World Cup. Otherwise, these are countries that um, live football and support their teams so vociferously at the World Cup. It's such a joy to watch some of these teams perform at the biggest event that the world sees in 4 years. And while there have been a lot of controversies surrounding Qatar and their hosting of the event, at the end of the day, what people will always remember is who wins the World Cup. And I have a feeling that we might not see a new World Cup winner. The Netherlands, teams like the Netherlands, who you want at certain stage to showcase all the great work in football that they've done so far. You want them to come to a World Cup, exert their supremacy, and perform well. But looks looks tough. But let's see how this World Cup goes. So um, I'm really looking forward to the games beginning tonight, and hopefully it'll be a wonderful experience for everyone watching the games, whether it's live or on television across the world. And let's see where this goes.